audio, trying again. Hopefully this will work. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Ooh, maybe hang on for a minute here. Just loading up my mic check here. Down here. Maybe hang on for a minute here. Just loading up my mic check here. We have audio. Okay, sorry about the last stream to anyone that was watching. Maybe hang on for a minute here. Okay, there we go. Let me just load up my screen. Where's the share? Let's share. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Finally, it's another take of this. My apologies for the previous time with no audio. Just check the audio is live. We are on YouTube, got the chat open and ready to go. Okay, so let me just start all over again. My apologies for this. So this earlier today, I put up in my analytics dashboard, a new button went up last night, the CFD analysis table and charts, and I just posted this earlier today, Forex analysis table and charts. So I want to cover the features on top of what I've revealed. It's quite interesting. And then I'll also go over the crypto as well. So let's go through the Forex first. All this data that we're getting is from, Oanda. I have my opinions of Oanda. Don't like Oanda a lot, but the choices are becoming slimmer and slimmer of brokers out there that support Python. And with regulation, I've got a big market out in the US, so I hate to say, I think Oanda is the last one out there that I can use. But we can talk about Oanda for another time. But this is using Oanda. Now, this is, as I said, this is the Forex table and charts view. First thing I got here is the most profitable at this time. Percent move change. It is right now this Hungarian. I can never say the other exchange. My apologies. The U.S. dollar, Norwegian krone, Swedish krone, the South African rand, the Polish zloty. These are defensive plays, if you ask me. This one's surprising is the Thai baht or Thai baht. But you can see the moves are not too bad without any form of leverage at 2%, 1%. These are them right here with the exact percentages that you have. We also have a 3-hour percent move as well. So that's all cool. And in here, in the Forex ranking, this is an important file because I reveal so much fun stuff in here. If you see my other charts, it's all there. Nothing's changed. And as I said, if you got questions, just let me know. And the one thing I want to reveal here is the volume, because I find the volume's important. The volume here, if I go into volume just to verify, now this is fairly new. Where's my volume right here? Let's just see if this is correct. So right here you have the Turkish lira and the US dollar, euro dollar with the Turkish lira as the base. And here are the other ones that follow. And these are quite interesting combinations of volume according to Oanda. And you never hear about this. Now, again, I said this before in the previous stream, though, Oanda is probably the largest retail broker out there. This is a representation of what's going on out there for us retail traders. So again, you can measure the volume here. Also, I have, as I mentioned earlier, my reports. Just type in your name, your email, blah, blah, blah. Just go to my email client. You'll get a link like this. Let me just see here. Let's see here. There we go. This is a typical link you'd get. So what I'll do is I'll download all these files right here. It's a zip file, and you unzip it, you'll get all of these reports. So let me just get rid of this. So as I've gone through the reports here, now there's an important note here. Some of these can be blank, and that's just due to market data flow. I have no control over that. You'll see another instance of that. But what you can do here is I'll show that we can short on Oanda. So there's probably one shorting opportunity right now. It's a Word document. Let me just show you this. So hopefully you see my reports. These are in-depth reports. So the only one that's come up is this South African Japanese yen. You can clearly see it's in a solid downward move. These are your typical moving average cross and signals, and it's pretty volatile, as you can see. Downward trend. This could be a buying opportunity as it breaks through that trend. That's usually pretty consistent. Anything above trend can be a profitable opportunity. You got the Fibonacci lines. This thing's been clobbered down so hard. Another measurement you can use for daily returns. It's evenly distributed somewhat, but I don't know, maybe slightly more negative. On top of that, we got our moving averages. Here's the volume. Here's the typical periods, SMA 20, SMA 50, EMA 200. We have here the RSI momentum. Nothing special, but is definitely a potential buying opportunity. Here's the interesting thing. We've got a big move down a few days ago, and it's still moving down. Here you go on a 30-day view. Big moves down. I wouldn't trade this at all. It's just too volatile. But it may be something worthy to short. We have another one here, the New Zealand Kiwi, I guess they call it, against the US dollar. Same move. It's just classic downward move. Boom, boom, boom. I'll leave it at that. Okay, let's check out another report. If you got any questions, just type away. I'll gladly. Here's the filtering on longs. This long is blank, so I'm not bothering to look at this. We filter out the long opportunities based upon volume and trend. So I'll just load up the volume by now for now. And as she loads it up, it's bigger than normal. So it takes a while. Okay, so here we go. We have typically what I look for is when the volume is more than 225,000. So we have here number of combination pairs. We have the group volatility mean, and that is also the volatility. So here's another opportunity. This one I can't say is the best. I don't think it would be. But one thing I need to mention is I have quite possibly adding harmonics and candles that I've been using. That's how you're able to filter out the buying opportunities. They're not working right now. I got to fix that for all the charts that are available in the reports. So everything stays the same, nothing new. And then we have one more report. You can see this is 91 pages. And let me just show you the one built around trend or filtered by trend. And let me show you this one as well. Any questions or comments, just let me know. And here you go. Typical charts that I've shown before, nothing new. Okay, so I'm gonna move into the, okay, one thing I want you to know, I'm just noticing now I like to work with patterns and themes, relationships. I look for that all the time. You can develop sub strategies from it, and if you test it. One thing I'll say about what I'm seeing so far for the last few days, and I can also say the same thing about the Turkish lira was up last night. I think it has something to do with either Asia influencing it or Europe influencing the Turkish lira when the markets for those regions are open and live. So that might flip tonight, or not tonight, Sunday night. This is Thursday, Friday night, going to Friday night, so this won't work. But those are the sort of things that I look for, and you can develop strategies around that based upon this type of data. Here, with these classic, there's both statistical and technical analysis in here based upon trend and stats. We've covered, I have a very deep analysis I don't put up publicly yet on the statistics. I could do that in the future for both the Forex and the CFD. I do believe I have it in the crypto, but it's an easy fix. But statistically, I'm able to analyze. Technically, I'm able to analyze these instruments. One thing I like to use is always volume. The momentum here is quite strong. Let me just make sure. Here we go. So it's sorted by momentum, but you can clearly see that the Turkish lira is the strongest one out there historically for both euro against the Turkish lira and the US Turkish lira. Here, I think these are the strong pairs. US dollar, Chinese yuan is interesting because of, the political tension. And with the US Canadian, again, is with the new trade deal that they've signed, the former NAFTA to the MCA, that obviously impacts currency. Here's standard deviation. I don't think we got filled up, but I'll be putting that in the stats table. So we have some other ones. Slope. I treat slope and momentum the same. R value comes out of that. P value, and I can get into full detail. I'm not going to get into that. A lot of people don't seem to care about it. The reports, no different. Okay, so that's the sort of relationships I always look for. So let me go back into my little dashboard here and load up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me show you the other latest one. Again, both Forex and CFD are from Oanda, okay, who seem to be the biggest broker out there. Thanks for the like, appreciate it. Anybody got questions, let me know. All right, so this is another interesting chart. Well, I'm gonna get into it. Similar as the Forex. Okay, so let me show you the 1% change, 1 hour change. You can clearly see here, this is what I revealed last night, and it's still the highest, the fastest moving sugar. Who would know? Who would figure that out in this market of turmoil? Sugar's doing quite well. Last night was 8%, 6% move on hourly basis, pretty strong. That's pretty solid. Now, the other one that was still doing pretty well was the UK 10-year bond. The Chinese market of the top 50 of the indices is up there too. 2% moves I'm happy with. Even a 1% move I'd be pretty happy with. But if you remember in Forex, the best moving was 2%. And if you want to get a similar move like sugar, you have to put on 3 times the margin to get the best return equivalent to this one on sugar. And I'll show you the crypto as well. So what I'm seeing is we don't really need to look for or use leverage to get false moves. You just look for them. And then this is giving you a chart and a table, high level. And again, as I said in my previous stream that you guys never heard, is I'd really only want to focus on usually the top two. Okay, that's all. That's the only place I'm going to put my money because it's a solid move. It's an up move, and it's something that I'm okay with. And again, we also have the Chinese market as well at top 50. This was at 6%. Sugar was at 9% last night. So what that tells me is either one of two conditions. The last, 3 days, the market's been hammered really hard, especially in the US. I don't know the Chinese market coming back last night, if it was just coming off those bounce or those downward moves, but the Chinese market moved up. So again, this is where I'd put my capital, is in sugar, UK bond as a defense play. And again, the Chinese top 50 is another one I'd probably put my capital on for now. That's what I'm looking at, just at these moves, and they've proven to be solid. You don't want to be putting your money into these ones down here at all, because you're just throwing away money. Okay, so here, this worked really well. I got to fix it. Where's my reversal negative? You're right here. I have this table called negative removal. I need to fix this. This is early days right now. And what I do is I use that. I cross-reference the fast-moving ones against the negative moving ones that have like big negative moves, which you don't want to take on, and cross-reference them, and then put the top ones into the most potential CFD at that point. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and it seems to work pretty good from the crypto world. And then again here, for deeper analysis, I have, is no different than in the Forex, the ranking, exact same data in this table on all of these available CFDs out there. This one in here, if you look at the volume right here, you can see here, as you'll see in this tree map view, that NASDAQ 100, US 30, the Deutsche 30 are the highest volume on Oanda. Okay. Oh, I don't have super chat, GVMC. I don't do super chats. I don't even know what they are. I wouldn't even know how to work them. I just use the regular chat, you know. So I never got it. I think you got my email. Just email me. After this stream. All right. So back to where I was. So these are the top 3 movers. These are going to be in the news, but they're not your top performers. As I said, these are of these 3. News are not mentioning them. Don't ask me why. They're just not doing the job. I've been watching a lot of these analytical reports online, and they're useless. They only focus on the big movers like the top 6 Forex pairs, and that's all they focus on, but they're not including these big movers, these profitable movers like sugar and the UK bond, as well as the Chinese top 50. They're not in the news. So these are patterns I look for. This is where I put my capital for trading opportunity. Okay, so that's that. And again, we have the reports. Everything's the same across all the asset classes. So again, early days, I've only launched this like since yesterday. I'll be looking for these relationships, and I'll be modifying my strategy based around that. And as I said earlier, you could probably suss out other trading strategies based upon those relationships. We'll go back in the analytics dashboard here. Now, this one works. The crypto, it's been running for a couple of weeks now, a couple of months. So very similar to what has been working. And again, I want to talk about overall 3 asset classes for CFD, Forex, and crypto. As you know, in the CFD, the best moving was 6. Best moving last night was 9 for sugar. But you can clearly see here, the best moving right here is over the last hour, last 3 hours, has been a 10% move on this WAN Ethereum. That's why I like crypto, and there's no need for leverage at all. And this is on Binance, the largest, and I'm hoping cleanest exchange out there. You know, on my Telegram group, we got people talking about BitMEX being questionable and a bunch of others. And there's a lot of consolidation happening now among all the exchanges as well. BitMEX, I think, is getting bought out. PolioNext got bought out. Some of the bigger ones, US based. So this is the big moves right now. You can, and again, the most profitable. This is the whole, all of the crypto pairs that I watch. These are the top 4 largest out there. With Binance earlier, I used to watch over 300 pairs, but the volume was so small that with these altcoins, they'd always go down, consistently losing. We don't want that. So you want the more liquid, the ones with the more volume. They don't move down as much. And so here, okay, let me talk about what I said before with the CFD. And eventually it's going to evolve to this, depending upon what I find in the relationships for both Forex and CFD. So as I mentioned, there's the removal of negative movers from my watch list. So these are them. I logged that for the last 9 hours. In my system, it will only trade the more positive movers that don't have these big down moves that stay on my watch list. They get listed here. So I list those as the most potential trades right now. So when you look at WAN as being the best ones, SC Ethereum, which is SIA coin, for both against Ethereum and Bitcoin, Nano, and BTG. Now, BTG, historically, I can tell you, moves negatively quite a bit. Nano, not so much, but it can move negative. And you have to be careful when you take on those trades. So these are some of the filters that I use. Okay. So that's right now how all of this works. Also, we have the crypto rank, the same. Now, here's the funny thing based upon volume. You can see how huge SIA coin is on the Binance thing. It's pretty impressive. And then we have the reports. So that's pretty well the whole thing that I'm logging right now as close to real time as possible. I could do it probably every minute, but then I get cut off from all the data providers, be it Binance and or Oanda, because they have a limit on how many requests I can put out into their servers. So I do it once an hour. It's better. And I think 1 hour is optimal. So if you got questions, let me know. I'm going to be doing more of these live. As I said earlier, I just want you to be aware. I know YouTube streams work. Facebook is right now, Facebook Live is bizarre because there's not a lot of tools that will support Facebook Live because Facebook's cutting them off. So I may be forced only to do YouTube for now or moving forward. If you are interested in my Facebook stuff, go onto my Facebook page, QuantLabsNet, just like it or whatever to get my live notifications. Right now, I'm just focusing on YouTube, but I may go back and forth between Facebook and YouTube. And then I'll be scheduling my next event online Monday, 7 p.m., and maybe have some more reveals on what I find. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not going to put up those playbacks anymore. They're going to be put into my membership here. Speaking of, so if you go into my store, if you're interested in all this stuff, it's all fine and good. All you got to do is just come under the store, as I said, just come under here on the analytics. And I've got basically the billing. I'll be getting rid of where I'll be jacking this up a lot. The trial, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not at 37 bucks for 7 days. And there's all the videos and stuff. So this is how it works. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty well happy with what I've got, but there's going to be tweaks on the back end and the strategies, as well as the relationships. And as I said, there may be more to come, but this is just the stuff for now that I'm working on. And again, if you just joined us, I've added just now Forex today and CFDs last night. It's pretty exciting, all from Oanda. If you've got any questions, let me know. I've got 4:05 local on my time. I can hold out for 4:00. Well, now it's 4:06. 4:00. I'll give it 2 minutes because I know that there's no synchronized. It's synchronized by about, is off by about maybe 30 seconds. So if you got any questions, let me know. Yabba dabba doo. Any questions? $4.06. Sitting here live. Third person just joined in. We're waiting for questions. There's some of the charts. I got 4:07, so I'm going to give it 1 more minute. If not, you'll be able to watch the replay of this. Okay, hanging out. It's Friday afternoon. I hear it's beer time. Well, not quite. I don't drink a lot. I don't drink at all, really. Anybody? Questions? Hurry. And yes, I'll delete the other video, my silent movie, just put up about an hour ago. I'll get rid of that to save people confusion. 4:07, 4:08's coming around. No questions. Okay. Yeah, it's 4:08. Okay, guys, gals, whoever you are, thanks for watching. We shall terminate and have a good day. Later.